Hi guys, I want us to look at church records management system using Microsoft Access and Visual Basic for application coding. So basically in this session, I'll be taking you through the tables just to see how the tables will be look like. That is the data type and field names. So guys, we have our first table. Our first table is members table, where we shall have the member ID as the primary key, the first name, last name, date of birth, gender, address, contact number, email, date joined, and whether that is the status, whether the member is active or inactive. Also, I think it is important we add position in the church, e.g., whether somebody is the minister, that is pastor or bishop or the member. Then guys, we shall have the baptism table, where we shall have the baptism ID as the primary key, the member ID now gotten from the members table as the foreign key, also baptism date and the person who anointed or who did it, that is the minister. Then we shall also have table number 3. In churches, we have weddings. So we shall have wedding table, where we shall have wedding ID as the primary key, bride member ID, that's foreign key from the member, groom member, that is ID foreign key from the members table, wedding date, and the minister involved. We shall also have a funeral table in case a member dies. So we shall have the funeral ID as the primary key, deceased member ID, foreign key from the member, date of death, date of funeral, and officiant or the minister. Then we shall have the events table. In churches, we have events. So we shall have event ID as the primary key. Remember, this will be an individual table, an independent table. We shall have event name, date, time, and location. Then we shall have contributions. In churches, people do contributions. So we shall have contribution ID as the primary key, the member ID, that is the foreign key from the member, that is the member who has contributed, the contribution date, amount, and contribution type. In contribution type, we can have normal offering, charity, or tithe. Then we shall have these two dependent tables. We shall have the committee. Time to time in churches, people do committees, so we shall have the committee table, where we shall have the committee ID as the primary key and the committee name. This one will be related to committee member table, where committee member ID will be the primary key. Then we shall have the committee ID, foreign key from the committee, and then we shall have the member ID, that is foreign key, deduced from members main table. Then guys, we shall have sermon table, where we shall have the sermon ID as the primary key, sermon title. We shall have the sermon date, minister involved or minister ID. This one will be gotten from the members, where we shall have position as the minister. We shall have the Bible text and sermon notes. Then from there, guys, we shall now go one-on-one to the system construction, where we shall now open Microsoft Access and do the tables as it is supposed to be done. Guys, let's meet in part 2, where we'll be doing the system construction. Remember to subscribe if you have not done so. Also, remember to share and like my videos. Thank you very much. Guys, let's proceed with our church management system. That is the software that you are creating from our previous session. So we launch Microsoft Access. Then once we launch Access, we need to create tables. So we need to create our tables. That is, go to create. So we start by creating our tables. Our first table is members table. So we just go to that is member ID. This is our primary key. This is text and primary key. Then we shall go to the next one, full name. You can just have full name instead of first name, last name, date of birth. So this is date and time. Then we have gender. Gender, we can use lookup wizard, where we just go to lookup wizard. Then option number 2, I will type in the values that I want. So here we have male, and we have female. Then we just hit on finish. Then we proceed to the next one. The next one is address. You can have the address there. Then you can also have phone number. Then we proceed. You can have date joint. Okay, here for date joint, you can just go to property sheet. By default value here will be year. That is, will be today's date. Really, you just have that one as. This is for the default value, guys. There you can have that one. So date join should be that one. Then from there you can just see the status. So status here you can have active or not active. So yes, no. So here is either active or inactive. Guys, that is our first table. We save this one as members. So members table. Then we proceed to create the next table. The next table will be baptism table. So just go to design. This is baptism ID. This is text and primary key. Baptism ID. Then you can have member ID. That is the member ID. This is, we can just include baptism member ID to avoid ambiguity. Baptism member ID. So this member ID will be gotten from here. You will get it from members. So you can just create the relationship directory. Go to lookup wizard. Then option number 1, I will lookup fields. So I go to next. I am looking from a table called member, and I need the member ID. So I just take the member ID, then I just go to next, finish. So Microsoft Access will notice that I want to create a relationship. That we can use that one as one way of creating a relationship. This is baptism table. So guys, after having done that, we can have the baptism date. We can have the baptism date. This is date and time. Then we can have the minister. This is the minister. The minister can be a member. So this one can be corrected from the lookup wizard. Then option number 1, next. Then I'm correcting it from members. Next. Then we can just take the full name of the member. That is the minister. Then finish. Again, save that one. Then after doing that one, that is the baptism table. So I close that one. Again, I just create the next table. The next table is wedding table, where we shall have the wedding. That is the wedding ID. The wedding ID. This is the primary key of this table. Then we shall have the bride. And also we shall have the groom. The bridegroom. So the bride is a member, and therefore just go to lookup wizard. Then option number 1, next. This already should be a member, so we can take the member ID. Member ID. You can also go next. You can also have the full name. You can have the full name. So next. Here I remove this one so that I can get both of them. Next, finish. So we shall have that one. This table is wedding. So guys, then we shall have the the groom also should be a member. So we just go to this point next. We go to member next. We go to member ID, full name, next. Remove this one, next, finish. So guys, that is the wedding table. Then you shall have the wedding date. This is date and time. Then we shall have the minister, the wedding minister. Minister should be a member too, so you can still have that one or lily type. So guys, that one is the wedding table. We proceed to the next table. The next table is the funnel table. So just go to create table design. So we shall have the funnel ID. This is the text and primary key. Then we shall have the deceased member ID. So this one you can get it from the lookup wizard, option number 1, from the member, next, then member ID and full name, next, can have that one as finish. Yes, this table is funnel. Then guys, we can have the date that is the date of death. This is date and time. Then date of funeral. Date of funeral. That is date and time. Then you shall have the officiant or the minister will be involved. It's not necessarily be a member. She or he can be imported. So after doing that one, we go to the next table, guys. The next table here is events table. So you have event ID. Then you shall have event name. Then you shall have date, event date. This is an independent table, guys. So we just go to this point, date. Then you shall have time. Can have also time. Event time. This is date and time. Then you shall have location. You can also have the type of event. It can be an event. So we can have service, conference, fundraiser. So we can just type them here. Just use option number 2. Next. Here we have service. It can be a service, a Sunday service. It can be a conference. It can be fundraiser, or any other. So we can have next, finish. So again, we have the location. That is the events table. Save it as events. So once you do that, I cross that one, we go to the next one, contributions. So we just go to table contribution. So contribution ID. This is the primary key. Text, primary key. Then we can have contribution ID. We have member ID. That is for the contribution. This one you can get it from the members table. So lookup wizard, option number 1, next. You can go to members table, next. You can have the ID and full name, next. To remove this one, next, finish. Yes. This table is contributions. So after doing that, we can have the contribution date, then we shall have amount contributed, this can be currency, then contribution type. So contribution type, we can have the following lookup wizard. So we go to type, option number 2, next. Then here we shall have the tithe. It can be offering, that is the common one, offering. It can be tithe or charity, or any other. Like that, then we go to finish there. Then from there, we can have description, in case description, contribution, so that we don't have confusion when we use description in another table. So again, guys, we go to the next table. The next table, just go to create, then table design. Here we shall have the committee ID. This can be auto number and primary key. Let's just use text. Then we shall have committee name. So I save this one as committee name. This is committee. Then, guys, we shall have another table related to this one. So we shall have the work of the committee. So we can have the committee member ID as the primary key. Then we shall have this one as committee ID. This is foreign key. So this one you get it from here. So you just have to go to option number 1, next, committee, next. This is committee ID and the name. It can be like that. So you can get it directly from there. Then this is called the I can just have the committee member table. Committee members. So we shall have the next one is the member ID. The member ID can have it as committee to avoid confusion. Committee member ID. So this one you can get this member from the members. So lookup wizard, option number 1, next, members. Remember, this must be members of the church. So we shall have the ID and full name, next, finish. So save that one. Right click, save, right click, cross all. Lastly, we create our Rust table. Our Rust table is summons table. So we shall have the summon ID. This is the text and primary key. Then we shall have the summon title. Then we shall have summon date. Date and time. Then we shall have the minister ID. Minister ID should be a member, so you can just get this person from lookup wizard. Then option next, members, next, then member ID and full name, next, remove the index, next, finish. Yes, this is the summon table. Then after doing that one, you can have the Bible text. This can be memo, that is wrong text. Then summon notes. This is also memo. So after having done that one, guys, we need now to populate various forms, various queries, various reports. So guys, In my next session, I'll be doing the GUIs, that is the forms, and also reports and queries, that is as the part of the final session of this church management system. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't done so. Also, remember to like and share my videos. Thank you very much. Let's carry on. Let's carry on with our system. So we want to create the GUIs. So we can start by creating forms. That is the GUIs. We shall use the. We shall start with the members. So I click on members, click on create, then click on this button here, form, like that. So once you click on that form here, you realize that a form has been created for you. So you just need to go to design view. I just go to design view of this form of mine. Then I can do the modifications that I want. Like for example, let me just undo that. Like for example, I need to reduce the size of these ones. So I just need to do that, exactly that. So I just go reduce them to a reasonable size. Then you can just drag this mouse and then do some editing. So I can do some editing here. I need this one to be black, borrowed. Then this one should be somehow bigger. So we can just go to size 16, borrowed, like that. Then guys, after having done that one, I need to do also some modifications on this form of mine. So I need that size. So you can reduce this one first. So this one is members details capture. Then I can just change also this background here. Can change the background. Then I need to put buttons. Like for example, I can start by putting a cross button. So I just go to this toggle button here. I need to put the cross button here or even here. So I just click on it, type cross form. So on this button of mine, I can also give it different color. Should be black and color white, like that. So once I do that, I need to put a code here. So there is this code, guys, this code. You can get it once you download this database. So this is the code. You don't really need to cram it or memorize, just copy it. So once you copy, just go to this button, click on it, go to event, go to on click event, event procedure, hit the 3 dots, then paste the code there. Then you just save and save again, and then hit this Microsoft Access button. It takes you back to this form. So the next thing I need to do on this form is to click on this point. It is called select all for the form. So the word form automatically comes here. So the next thing I need to do is to go to all. Then pop up here. Now pop-up option will make sure that the form will always be on top of other forms. And then you shall also have the model. The model, it allows you to keep focus until you cross on that form. So it's good to do that. So you see, this is my members form. It is now model and pop-up. So that means it will always be, whenever it's clicked, it will always be in the front of the other form. So guys, this is my code, or sorry, my button. Once I click on it, you see now, church record management system, confirm you want to exit. So you can click on yes or no. So for this time, I click on no, because I want to be maintained there. So on the other hand, I click on design view. I can add other buttons. And for that case, I can just come to this point, click rectangle, and then draw on it. Then you just go to special effect here. I like it being sunken, so you choose sunken. Once I click, I save. You see now sunken, the rectangle is sunken in the form. So now I can add more buttons by clicking on this button. This button kcse is called button or command button. So I just draw on it. So then I go to record operations. I want it to have add new. So I click on add new. Add new. So here add new, add member. So add member. Finish. That button now becomes add member. Add member. So again, I need to add another button, that is delete record, in case I need to delete. So I just go to record operations, delete record, next, text. So here it is delete member, like that. I click on finish. So again, I can just do something on these buttons of mine. I need them to be brown and white color. So this is my members form. So you can see now this is my members form. On the other hand, guys, I want to hide these buttons. These buttons up here, the control box, also the record navigators down here. So for that case, I need to add move next button here. So you can just add move next, that is go next, next record or next member. So this one can be next member, finish. Then previous member, so that I can hide the navigation button. So this one is go to previous, next, previous, this is the previous member, like that, previous member, next, finish. So again here, I do the same. I just go to format. These buttons can be different, like that. Can be having white but different. So the next thing is to click on select all for the form. Then we have this property sheet, guys, here. I need to go to this point. Navigation buttons, no. Record selectors, no. Then we have the cross button, no. Control box, no. Minimize maximum buttons, neither. Choose neither here. Choose neither or none. Okay, for this option we have none. So guys, once I click on this form of mine, you see now I do not have those stuff. My form is professional. Somebody may always will always work with the cross button here. So I just click cross, yes. Then again we can create the next form. You can have the baptism form, create, hit this button again. It will automatically take us to this point, right click up here, go to design view. Once you are in design view, you can just cross the control box. You can always get it whenever you want it. So I need to have the baptism form. So I drag these ones, then I take this one all the way to around that point. That point is sensible. It's sensible, so up to that point. Again, pull this to this point, like that. Then create space for the buttons, undo. So create space for the button. So this one can be to up to that point. Again, click on this point, go to property sheet, make sure pop-up yes, model yes, just to make it professional. Again, just like I have done to the other one, here you just do that thing. So we just go to this one, neither, no, here choose none, like that. Again, save this, then format this stuff of yours, just like I am doing. Again, once you do that, I like this one left to right. Then the next thing is to draw our toggle button for the cross here. Again, just write our type cross that one. Then make it vivid. It can be seen from a distance. Somebody can just get interested on that button. So again, I go to event. I go to on click. I choose event procedure. Hit the 3 dots and paste your code. Once you are done with that one, click on the access button. Then again go to design, put the buttons. So we need to have go next, like that, next record. Then we can just go previous, again go previous, text, finish. Then we also need the other button. The other button we need is add new. Add new is very important in databases. So we have add new. So I go to record operations, add new, next, text, finish, like that. So again, do something on the buttons. Make sure the buttons are vivid, like that. So once I do that, I can also change the background of this form just to make it professional and attractive. So I save and then view. So guys, you can see what I have. This is my next form for the baptism. You see now I can be in a position to choose the members. From the members, you see, it's now working. Like for example, I can have 120 as that one, then member 101, then date, today's date. Then the minister is Boyd. You see now, next, previous. You see now the form is working professionally. So I cross it, yes. Again, we go to the committee. So the committee members, we shall not use this one. We shall just use, create this committee members. So click on it. Again, cross this one. Right click, go to design view. Again, just do as we have agreed. Drag your mouse, reduce the size, do the same, create some space here, undo. So create some space. This one, left align board, put dark color. Again, do the same. This one can be, it's okay the way it is. So once I do that one, guys, I repeat the same things we were doing. So you just go to this point, or you do the same, remove this one, just like we have done. We don't need the scroll bars. We don't also need this. So once I do that one, I can save this one, save. You see now what I have. So again, I go to my design view, add the cross button. You just add the cross button, cross button. So I do the same thing I have been doing. Again, go to event, on click, event procedure, hit the three dots, paste your code and save. Then hit the access button, takes you back here. So you continue doing that. So you can just go to the next button, next, text, like that. Again, we have the next one here. So we have the previous button, like that. And then we also have the other button, add new, add new, add new, record operations, add new, text, finish. Once you do that, you just give them the that is the finish. You give it finishing. Then you have your form. So guys, allow me to do the other forms off camera. Since I have taken you through how to design professional forms so that you can be in a position to have the professional forms, just like I have done. Once I'm done doing the forms, I will be back to show you how to finalize the system by creating the dashboard, splash form, a login screen, plus queries. So I'm done with the forms. You realize that all my forms are similar. So for this one, just put the code. I didn't put the code. So now, once I click this one, yes. So from here, you can be in a position to capture members. Like for example, I can just go to add member here. So member ID, let's say 200. Full names can have Duncan. Then date of birth, can have date of birth, let's say 2002. Gender, male. Address, can have that one more. Phone number, you can have just a number there. And status, this guy is active. You see now down here, you see active or not active because of the description. So once I do this, I can just go to add member. You can add 500. This one is Jacqueline. Date of birth of Jacqueline is 26. Let's say 2000. Gender, female. Address, can just have some address there. Cool. Phone number, you can just have a phone number there. Then joined today. So once I do this one, I can just go to previous members, next member. You see previous, the members, for example, that I have had. So once I click cross here, like for example, if we are talking about a wedding, I can just go to this point. I give wedding ID. Then I can choose the bride. You see, the bride is one of the members. Let's say the bride is Peter, member 101. Then marrying who? Marrying Jacqueline, a member 500. When? Today. Let's say today's date. Who is the minister? You can just have Reverend James, like that. You see now, then next. You see now the system is actually working nice. So on the other hand, if you are performing baptism, you can just go to add record, baptism ID, let's say to that member ID, let's say member Jacqueline 500 is being baptized today. Then minister, let's say Boyd is the minister who is also a member. You see? So you can see the system is working perfectly. And also, guys, you realize that when we go to relationship, the relationship created itself automatically. Since I was using the lookup wizard. You see now the lookup wizard, the way the lookup wizard was, that one will actually show you that the relationship was being created. So for the relationship, you can see it's perfect. Then guys, after doing that, you may need to have list of members who are active. So you can just go to create, then you go to query design, then you can close this one. Okay, property sheet. So I needed to do something on the members. So I cross this one, I also cross this. So here, I needed to have a list of members. So I just go member ID, full name, date of birth, gender, can have the phone number, date joined, and status. So I want to see the active members. So I just go to status. On the criteria, I type yes. So once I click on this one, this is a list of members, a list of active members. So once I click on this one, this way you see, I'm in a position to see those members who have been ticked. So I have 7 members, but let me confirm whether I have really 7 members in the system. So I have 8. So there is a member who is not active. This member here, Caroline, she's not active, and therefore this is no, not really yes. So you can also have a list of members who are inactive for follow-up. So just go to query design, members, then again do the same, member ID, full name, date of birth, gender, phone number, date joined, status. Here you type no. So I click, you see now I have Caroline displayed. So this is members list of inactive members of the church. So for follow-up, the minister or the pastor or the bishop can do that. So on the other hand, you can also populate a list of committee members. So you just go to query design, you go to committee members, like that. So you can have the committee member ID and the committee member. So this one can be list of committee members. Then those are some of the queries that you can populate. Then also for the contribution, it's important to have that one. So just go to design, then we see list of contribution and the amount contributed. So you can have the contribution ID, member ID, contribution date, amount, and type of description, type of contribution. So this one is contributions, contributions lists. So once I click on run, so far there is no contribution list, but you see now I can be in a position to see Jacqueline, member 500. We can give that as number 1. So we can also have number 2, can also have number 3, can also have number 4, you can also have number 5, like that. So you can have the list of contribution here, but the best thing to do that is to capture using the form. So this form will capture. You see now it had started capturing. You see now you can click and see Jacqueline, member 500, contribution date, let's say it was on Sunday, 8th, amount contributed, 1200, contribution type, offering, description, it was offering. So add new, contribution ID, you can have number 10, then you can have Peter, contribution date, it was on Sunday, amount contributed, 20,000. Type of contribution, it was tithe, like that. This was tithe, just 10%. So add. So once you do this, you can now add the button here for the report. That is for the report. So once I go to this list of contributions here, you see now I'm in a position to see the contributions made. Let me just delete this. You can have the contribution made, and then when I am at home here, when I'm at home, I can just click on totals. Then here I'll have sum. I'll be in a position to see the totals contributions as we proceed. So again, now I need to create the report. So I click the report for contributions. I click on it, hit this button, report. You see now it will give you a full report. Go to design view, increase the size of this box, the size of this, like that. Again, you can just, undo. Again, you can do the select or undo. So here, select or, then format and make them vivid, like that. So this is the list of contribution. If I run it, this is what I have. So once I do that one, I go to list of active members, hit the report button. Again, this is the list of members, but it is so wide, so we can just change the, page setup to landscape. Can change that one to landscape. So let's see. Yeah, that is nice now. It's nice, it's printable. And you can still do some editing. Like for example, you can pull this down, reduce this like this one. You can reduce gender. You can also reduce phone numbers. You can also reduce the member number, like that. Then again, click the select all button. The select all, pull this up first of all. So you have the select all button, go to format, do the same so that it can be nice. So this is what you have. This is the list of members, active members. List of active members. You can bring this one, status. Status. So this is the list of active members. You can also have now the list of inactive members. Do the same. Go to report. Again, go to design view. Go to design view and do the necessary. So you reduce these ones. You also reduce the gender. You can also reduce the phone number. Undo. Like that. So once you do that one, click the select all button, do the necessary, like that, then pull this back. So those are the reports we have. Then we have list of committee members. We have that one as list of committee members. So guys, once you are done with that one, you can see now the importance of queries. They have really assisted us. So we just go to members. Here, right click, go to design view. You can add the button here, view report. So just click on this button, draw here. Then just go to report operations, open report next, list of active members. List of active members next. So here we have list of active members. List of active members. Again, you have the next one here. We have report, open report next. Then inactive members, list of inactive members. So list of inactive members. Then finish. We can just take this one to this point. Also this one somewhere there. So these are our reports. So here, just do the necessary. Just give them some rook. So once I go now home, from here, list of active members, you see, I can now cross this one. I've been in a position to see the report being opened. And you can also print the report. You can add the print button here. Just go to this point. Take toggle button. We need to print the report. So print the report. So you click on it, go to property sheet, go to event, on click, what happens? So just type do cmd dot printout, like that. So it will not print the button, but it will really do the necessary. So list of contribution, do the same. Add the print button. Here, print. So print. Then click on the button, go to property sheet. On click, what happens? Hit the three dots, do cmd dot printout, like that. So that's a bit of VBA. So right click and then click on cross or. Now the next thing you are supposed to do is to create a dashboard. So you create a dashboard by going to form design here. So this form of ours, it will be the dashboard. So we continue creating the dashboard. The first thing here is to make sure that this form maximizes itself automatically when the system loads. So you just go to click this point, then go to on road here, choose event procedure, hit the three dots. So do cmd dot maximize. That is the code, the VBA code for that matter. So this is my main form. This is my main form. So I save and click the access button, takes me back here. So you can do the necessary. You can give it some color like that. Then once you do that, you can just type something here. This is our church records management system. This is my church records management system. So you just give it a vivid color and also a good size. That is so much. So I give it around 36 and bold. So this is my dashboard. Then if I click on it, you'll notice that it automatically maximizes itself. It will automatically maximize itself since I have ordered it to do so. So from here, I need to put the buttons. So I can just draw a bit of something here, like that. Then go to property sheet. Once I go to property sheet, you can just try to see whether we can have special effect here. Let it have it as sunken. So once I do that, I can also copy this one. I can copy this box. Can copy paste, so you can have to. You can bring the other one there. So once I run, so far you see what I have. So again, I go to design view and do something here. So I just go to this point here. So once I go to this point, up here, I can just do something here. So I need to go and click this button, draw the button here, take the forms. So I go to open form, I go to members, next. So here we have the members capture. Then finish. Again, I go to the next one here, I draw. I go to form operations, open form, next. We go to baptism, next. So here we have baptism capture. Go to baptism capture. Again, I go to the next one, draw it here. Go to form operations, open form, next. We do the committee. So we just go to committee registration, committee registration. So next, finish. Again, go to the next one. We go to form operations, open form, next, committee members. So we have the committee members. This is registration, this is committee members. Again, draw the next one. Go to form operations, open form, next. We go to contributions. So we go to contributions. Finish. Draw the next one. The next one is form operations, open form, next. We have events. So I just go to events. Next, finish. Rastre, you can do the next one. The next one is form operations, open. We have funnel, and then we have several. We have funeral. Then we go to the next one. The next one is form operations, open form, next. We have sermon. We have sermons. Then we again have the next one. The next one is form operations, open form, next. We have weddings. So weddings. So after you have done that, the next thing is now to rearrange. Like for example, you rearrange these ones to look nice. So you can just do a bit of organization. So you do a bit of organization on these forms. So what you need to do is to enlarge. You can enlarge these ones like I have done. So you make sure that they are nice. So guys, I pull this like that. I also pull this one just to make sure that they look something organized. So this one should go like that, so that we can have something organized. Then again for this one, you do the same. You make sure that they are somehow organized. Like that, you need something organized, guys, like that. So once you do that, this is my dashboard, and remember I have incorporated my reports on the forms, so I don't need really to produce them. I just need to have them incorporated on the forms. So once I do that one, if I run, this is what I have, guys. This is my dashboard. So I can also add button for quit application. So I just click here, draw this button, just go to miscellaneous, application, quit application, next, text, next, finish. So we shall have this one red in color, that one, for visibility purposes. So this is what we have. Now, once I do this one, I need to draw a button here for you are logged in as. So I just go to design view. I go here, draw a text box, then bring this up here. So you are logged in as. So you are logged in as like that. Then this one here, you can just make it vivid, bold, and then this one, make it color of this one. So make it to be similar with the background. So here, back style, transparent. Then hit on OK. So we have this text box. Once I connect the splash form and the login screen, you'll be in a position to see you are logged in as who. So here I just go to design view, read the name of the text. The text here is text 13. So the next thing, I usually import the login screen and the splash form from somewhere else, and then I edit them. There is no need of struggling coding on login screen when you can import from another done project. So basically I just import. So I go to external data, access, then I go to browse. Once I go to browse, I go to desktop. Once I go to desktop, I can just go to one done project, a project that is already finished. So I just go to student MIS, then student records management system. I go to OK. Once I go to OK, I want to import the table called login, and then a forms called user login, and another one called memo. So I click on OK. So here, all objects were imported successfully. So you notice that I have included user login and memo, and also I have included a table called login. This table called login is where your credentials will be stored. So what I do, I just go to this memo. This memo is my splash form. It is the first screen that welcomes the others. So I right click on it, go to design view. It's just written loading. So instead of this one, I can just write church records management system, like that. So this is church records management system, and then you can change this one to something. Let it remain the way it is. Let it remain the way it is. So I save that one. Once I save, the next thing is to cross this one, cross that one. Once I cross that one, let me just rename this one as in capital letters, main, like that. So the next thing is to change this login screen. So the login screen here, I can change it the way it looks like, or leave it the way it's look like. So it is upon me to decide whether I need it to remain the way it is. So this is my login screen. The next thing I do is to go to this OK button and click View Code. So I just need to change this text 13, only that. So this is the code. You have seen how I've gone about it. I have just clicked on OK, then View Code, then just change the text box. You have seen all the procedures that I have used. So guys, once I do that, I can now run this system by cross or. So I click on memo. So this is church records management system loading. So it will load up to that point. Then go to login screen. So in the login screen, you give your credentials as you wish, and click on OK. So you see that you are logged in as done, and the system is now working perfectly and complete. So if I go to members here, you see now I can be in a position to see the members, also can be in a position to have this printed for me. So once I do that, the system is complete. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe, remember to share and like my videos.